Hello, Stephen Sadler reading to you again from Money and Power, The Secret History. And what we're doing is we're getting a better idea of who controls the world. And the golden rule is those that have the gold rule. The bankers rule the world. When I worked for Lloyd's Bank, we were making loans of hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. And when you have that kind of money, you wield a tremendous amount of power. Not that I did, but our bank did. And again, with that kind of money, you can begin to manipulate the events in other countries. And sometimes it's not in the best interest of the people that live in those countries. An example would be from another economist named John Perkins that wrote the famous book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Now, he was a little more proactive in getting third world countries in debt, and now he feels bad. But his perspective of what's happening in the world is this. People representing large banks and the IMF go to these third world countries and encourage them to borrow. He says, quoting John, "Economic hitmen are highly paid professionals who cheat countries around the globe out of trillions of dollars. They funnel money from the World Bank, the U.S. Agency for International Development, and other foreign aid organizations into the coffers of huge corporations and the pockets of a few wealthy families who control the planet's natural resources," which is true. That's been my experience too. Their tools included fraudulent financial reports, rigged elections, payoffs, extortion, sex, murder. They play the game as old as empire itself, but one that has taken on a new and terrifying dimension during a time of globalization. So that may be, I don't know if it's exaggerated, but it's perhaps one-sided. Sometimes these countries are borrowing and they really need the money, and it really does help them too, but there's become what's called predatory lending. And this has become the norm. Predatory lending in governments, predatory lending of consumers. So the consumer, whether it's the individual or the people of a nation, need to wake up and look at the role and the effects that banks have on their government. They control the world.